Hey, Appalachian State College of Business Juniors. And yeah, especially those of you right in the middle of Principles of Marketing, this deep dive, it's pretty much built for you. We're going to try and unpack Chapter 16, Integrated Marketing Communications, IMC.
Yeah, IMC, it's a big one.
Right. So our mission, basically, is to cut through all the textbook stuff, pull out what really matters.
The core ideas.
Exactly. And connect it to things you actually see out there. Give you a shortcut to, well, really getting how companies push their products today. It's a wild landscape. Let's dig in.
And look, this isn't just academic theory. For anyone heading into marketing, this is foundational. IMC is like the strategic blueprint for how companies connect.
Right.
It's really all about making sure every single message, every interaction someone has with a brand, it all tells one consistent story, this chapter. It really lays the groundwork for using communication as your sharpest tool.
That idea of a consistent story, that feels like the absolute heart of it, doesn't it?
It really is.
So, okay, IMC. It's a strategic planning process. It's about coordinating all the promotional stuff and really kind of every way a customer bumps into the brand to get the most informational and persuasive bang for your buck. The main goal always is that consistent message, like whether you see an ad or you get an email or, I don't know, you call customer service.
Yeah.
It should all feel like it's coming from the same place, the same brand voice.
And that consistency, it's never been more critical. I mean, we're kind of past the days where you just blast a TV ad out and hope for the best.
Right. Less shotgun, more rifle.
Exactly. Mass media ads, they're still around, sure, but they're less dominant, partly cost, partly because audiences are just everywhere, so fragmented. So instead, we see these more targeted tools, social media, mobile apps, really personalized direct mail even.
Yeah.
And what's really, really fascinating is how database marketing and all the analytics stuff has just supercharged this. Marketers can zero in on individuals with scary precision sometimes.
Scary is right. It's not just shouting louder anymore. It's about knowing exactly who to talk to and how to talk to them. Companies like, say, Toyota, they've really nailed this with the Camry over the years, haven't they?
Oh, absolutely.
You see the ad focusing on reliability, you go to the dealership, you check the website.
Right.
That message, reliability, value, maybe style, just bang, 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 consistent everywhere. Feels seamless.
Totally seamless. But, this evolution brings a challenge, right?
Yeah.
A delicate balance. Technology gives us this incredible precision. But it also means marketers have, just mountains of data about all of us.
Yeah.
So the real trick is integrating and customizing all that communication effectively, which is great for sales, while also being super careful about protecting customer privacy. That tightrope walk, that's going to define marketing for a while, I think.
Definitely. Okay, shifting gears just a tiny bit. Let's zoom out to the absolute basics. Communication itself. But
Okay.
I mean, at its simplest, communication is just sharing meaning, right?
Very much.
And in marketing, promotion is communication. So when a company tries to tell you something about their product, there's this whole process happening. It kicks off with the source, that's the company, maybe an influencer, whoever's sending the message.
Right, the sender.
Then they have to go through a coding process. In coding, basically turning their idea, their meaning, into symbols, like words in a slogan, a jingle, a specific visual.
So if the idea is luxury, the code might be like silk, diamonds, slow motion shots, that kind of thing.
Exactly. They encode luxury using those symbols. Then that coded message travels through a communications channel, could be a TV ad, an Instagram post, could be a salesperson talking right to you.
Gotcha.
Then, on your end, you, the receiver or the audience, you go through the decoding process. You take those symbols, the silk, the diamonds, and translate them back into an idea, hopefully.
Hopefully. The idea you get matches what the source meant to send. But yeah, as we know, that doesn't always happen.
No kidding. Sometimes you see an ad and you're just like, what were they even trying to say?
Precisely. And that's often because of noise. Noise is basically anything that messes with the clarity, the accuracy of that communication.
Okay.
It could be literal noise, like static on a radio ad. But more often, it's subtle stuff. Maybe cultural differences make a symbol mean something totally different to you. Or honestly, just the sheer volume of other messages hitting you at the same time. That's huge noise today. It's less about weird symbols and more about just fighting for a millisecond of your attention in that infinite scroll.
So much noise.
Yeah.
So if a message actually cuts through all that, how do marketers even know if it landed right, if it worked?
Good question. That's where feedback comes in. Feedback is just the receiver's response. It makes communication circular, not just one way.
Okay.
Now, in a face-to-face sales pitch, feedback is immediate, right?
Yeah.
A nod, a question, confused frown.
Yeah, you can see it.
But with mass communication, like a big ad campaign, feedback is way slower, much harder to track directly back to the ad. Marketers have to look at things like sales figures going up or more website visits or maybe tracking brand awareness surveys over time.
Gotcha. Indirect feedback.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And one last thing here, channel capacity.
Yeah.
It's just the limit on how much info a specific channel can realistically handle.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stuff a whole instruction manual into a 15-second TikTok.
Yeah, definitely not. Makes sense. Okay, so bearing all that communication stuff in mind, what's the actual point of all this promotion? What are companies trying to do?
Right.
So at its core, promotion is about building and keeping up good relationships.
Right.
It's informing people, persuading them, trying to get them to see the company and its products in a positive light.
Yeah.
And here's where it gets really interesting. It has a whole range of goals beyond just, sell more stuff.
Absolutely. A huge one, maybe the most basic, is just to create awareness. This is absolutely essential for new products, right? A new iPhone comes out, they got to shout about it. But it's also important for brands that have been around, maybe reminding people they exist, highlighting a new feature, or even just polishing their image.
Then you've got stimulating demand. And this often splits into two types, right?
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. First, there's primary demand. This is about getting people interested in the whole product category.
Mm-hmm.
Think way back to the first electric cars. The goal wasn't buy our EV. It was, hey, EVs are cool. You should think about one.
Ah, okay. Category level selling.
Exactly. Often uses what they call new introductory promotion.
Mm-hmm.
Then, once the category is established, the focus shifts to selective demand.
That's brand specific.
Right. Now it's about building demand for your specific brand within that category.
Yeah.
This is where companies really point out their strengths, their benefits versus the competition. Why our EV is better than their EV.
And that's where we see all the ads, the discounts, the free samples, coupons, contests, all that stuff.
Yep, all those tactics are trying to drive that selective, brand-specific demand.
Okay, what else? Another big one seems to be encourage product trial, getting someone to try it the first time.
Huge. Getting that initial experience is often the biggest hurdle. So offering free samples, maybe a test drive for a car or like a limited free trial of software, it lowers the risk, makes it easy for you to just give it a shot.
Makes sense. It's often that first step to loyalty.
Totally. And building on that, sometimes the goal is to identify prospects. Promotions can be designed to get interested people to raise their hand, basically, like signing up on a website for more info or a demo. Those are your hot leads.
Gotcha.
And once you have customers, retaining loyal customers is massive. Way cheaper to keep them than find new ones.
Everyone says that, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
So things like frequent buyer programs or even just reinforcement advertising ads that basically say, hey, you bought our thing. Good choice. That's all about retention.
It's not just about us and consumers either, is it? There's facilitate reseller support.
Good point. Yeah, manufacturers need wholesalers and retailers to stock their stuff. So they use promotions, special offers, discounts, maybe help with advertising to encourage those middlemen to carry their products, making sure it's on the shelf when you go looking for it.
Right. And then there's just straight up competition, right? Combat competitive promotional efforts.
Oh, yeah, especially in crowded markets.
Yeah.
If your competitor launches a big campaign, you might need to run your own promotion just to kind of neutralize theirs, keep your customers from switching.
Makes sense, like a defensive move.
Exactly. And finally, reduce sales fluctuations. Think about seasonal products like winter coats. A company might have a big sale in, say, July to try and boost sales during the slow season, smooth things out.
Okay, wow. That's a lot of different goals. As you, listening, see ads or promotions, think about that. What do you think they're trying to achieve? Which objective seems to be driving it?
That's a great exercise. Put a good lens on things.
Definitely. So with all those potential goals, how do marketers actually assemble the tools, the specific methods? This gets us to the promotion mix.
Yeah, the toolbox.
Traditionally, it's seen as having four main elements: advertising, personal selling, public relations, and sales promotion.
Right. Let's tick through those quickly. Advertising.paid, non-personal communication, uses mass media, TV, radio, online banners, etc.
Okay.
The big pluses. It can reach huge audiences pretty cost-effectively per person. You can repeat the message a lot.
Yeah.
Good for building brand image.
Bet.
But the total cost can be enormous. Feedback is really slow and indirect. Hard to know if that specific ad led to a sale. And honestly, it's usually less persuasive than talking to someone directly. Limited exposure time, too. Think like McDonald's ads for free fries. Big, broad, classic advertising.
Got it. Then number 2, personal selling.
This is also paid, but it's personal, direct communication. A salesperson talking to a potential customer to inform and persuade.
Like in B2B or for those big ticket items.
Exactly. Business to business relies heavily on it. And for consumers, things like houses, cars, the big advantage is the impact. You get immediate feedback, you can tailor the pitch, answer questions right there, read their body language. The downside, much, much higher cost per person reached.
And it's not just words, right? You mentioned body language.
Oh, totally. Nonverbal communication is huge in personal selling.
Right.
There's kinesic communication, that's body language. Posture, gestures, eye contact.
Okay.
Proxemic communication, how you use space, leaning in, keeping a respectful distance. And even tactile communication touch, like a handshake. Think of a car salesperson pointing out tire treads, or someone at Best Buy showing you laptop features with using all this, often without thinking about it, to build trust.
Fascinating. Okay, third element, public relations or PR.
Right. This is broader. It's about building good relationships with all of an organization's stakeholders, customers, employees, investors, the general public.
How do they do that?
Through things like annual reports, sponsoring events, community outreach programs. A key part of PR is publicity. This is getting your company or product featured in the news media, like in a news story. But crucially, you don't pay directly for that placement.
Ah, so it's earned media, not paid.
Exactly. Like if CNN runs a positive story mentioning the Energizer Bunny campaign, that's publicity. And good PR is an ongoing effort, not just something you do when there's a crisis.
Makes sense. And the last one, sales promotion.
These are more direct incentives, things that offer extra value or an immediate reason to buy, like free samples, coupons, rebates, contests, sweepstakes, buy one, get one free deals.
So the Quaker Oats ad with the coupon clip to it, or when a pharma rep leaves free samples for a doctor.
Perfect examples.
Right.
Both are sales promotions. Now, this raises the big question, doesn't it? With these 4 tools, advertising, personal selling, PR, sales promotion, how on earth do marketers decide which ones to use and in what combination?
Yeah, that seems like the million-dollar question. How do they figure out that mix? Can't just be random.
Definitely not random. There are several really key factors that shape that decision. First off, you got to look at the company's own promotional resources, objectives, and policies.
Meaning like the budget.
Exactly. How much money do you have? That dictates a lot right away. A huge national TV campaign is off the table for most small businesses. And what are you trying to achieve? Your objective matters. If it's mass awareness fast, advertising, and maybe sales promotion. If it's educating a few key people about something complex, personal selling is probably your bet.
Okay. Budget and goals. What else?
The characteristics of the target market, super critical. How big is the market? If it's millions of people, you're leaning towards advertising. If it's a small niche group, personal selling might be more efficient.
And where they are.
Yep, geographic distribution. Scattered everywhere. Probably need mass media. Concentrated in one region. Maybe personal selling is viable. And of course, demographics, age, income, education level, all that affects the message and the method. You wouldn't promote kids' cereal the same way you promote like financial planning services, right? Right.
Definitely not. Okay, so resources, goals, target market.
Sure.
What about the product itself?
Yeah, the characteristic of the product matter a lot. Generally, business products, they often rely more on personal selling, consumer goods, more often advertising, but there are tons of exceptions.
Okay.
Think about price, too. High-priced items where people feel more risk. They often want that reassurance from personal selling. Cheap convenience items, usually advertising.
What about where it is in its life, like new versus old?
Good one. Product lifecycle stage is key. Introduction phase needs heavy advertising, maybe sales promo, to build awareness. Growth and maturity. Consumer goods keep up the advertising. Business goods might shift more to personal selling and reminding people. Decline. Usually cut back promotion quite a bit.
Makes sense.
Also, how widely available is it? Intensity of market coverage. If it's intensive distribution available everywhere, you need advertising and sales promo. If it's exclusive distribution only in a few places, personal selling might be more important.
And practicality, I guess, like costs and availability of promotional methods.
Absolutely. A big national campaign costs a fortune overall. But if it reaches millions, that cost per person might actually be quite low. But you also have to ask, is there even an effective way, like a specific magazine or website, to reach your particular target audience? Sometimes the channel just isn't there.
Okay. One more factor I think the book mentioned, push and pull.
Right, push and pull channel policies. This is about how you move the product through the distribution chain. With a push policy, the producer, like the manufacturer, promotes heavily to the next level, down maybe wholesalers or retailers. They're trying to push the product onto the shelves, think special discounts for retailers if they order a lot.
Okay, pushing it down the chain.
Then there's pull policy. Here, the company markets directly to us, the end consumers. They create demand from us, so we go looking for the product and basically pull it through the channel. Like seeing an ad for a new soda that makes you want to try it, so you ask for it at the store.
Creating consumer demand to pull it through.
Exactly. And it's really important to remember, these aren't either. Lots of companies use a mix of both push and pull strategies at the same time.
Gotcha. Okay, shifting slightly again. Let's talk about something that isn't formally in the mix but is hugely powerful. Word of mouth communication. Ooh.
Oh, massively powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just people talking to people, right? Informal chats between customers about products, brands.
And we all know how much weight we give recommendations from friends or family, right? It's often way more convincing than an ad.
Totally. That's why companies sometimes try to identify opinion leaders, people whose views others respect, hoping they'll spread good buzz.
And now, with the internet, it's exploded, hasn't it? Electronic word of mouth, EWAM.
Exploded is the right word. Social media, review sites, blogs, forums. People are constantly sharing opinions online. It's a massive force that marketers have to pay attention to.
Which has led to specific strategies trying to harness it, like buzz marketing.
Exactly. Buzz marketing is about trying to create excitement, get people talking, often through some kind of creative, maybe slightly edgy event or message. Remember when Zynga glued fake money to sidewalks for that Mafia Wars game?
Yeah. Or didn't some cartoon promotion cause a bomb scare in Boston?
It did. The Aqua Teen Hunger Force LED signs. Shows you got to be careful with buzz marketing. It can backfire.
Definitely. And then there's viral marketing.
Right. This is about creating a message, often a video or something online that's so compelling or funny or shareable that consumers spread it themselves. Like wildfire. Think of those Dove Real Beauty videos or maybe some of those crazy Super Bowl ads that everyone emails around.
Yeah, when something just takes off.
Exactly. The upside of good WOM, electronic or not, is huge. It's got built-in credibility. But the flip side is negative WOM, especially online, can spread just as fast and be really damaging. But, some businesses, like Frank Pepe's Pizzeria, famous place, they kind of master this by just having an amazing product and experience. People want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And when they give away free pizza before opening a new location, that's smart sales promotion, generating incredible goodwill, and, you guessed it, word-of-mouth buzz. They really nail the whole mix.
It really shows how a great product can be the best promotion sometimes. Okay, one more specific tactic. Product placement.
Ah, yes. Seeing brands pop up in movies and TV shows.
Right. Strategically placing products or promotions right inside entertainment content. It works because, well, we're watching anyway. We're maybe less defensive than during a commercial break.
Yeah, that's the strength. It can feel more organic, less likely to get skipped with a DVR, and it works across TV, movies, video games, music videos.
But there are downsides too, right?
Oh, yeah. It can be really expensive. If the placement isn't obvious, people might miss it entirely. Or if it feels too forced, it can actually annoy people. Plus, there can be creative clashes between the brand and the show's producers. And regulation is getting tighter in some places.
And now with streaming like Netflix and Hulu,
It's evolving fast. The potential to use viewing data to make placements super targeted, like showing you a specific brand based on other stuff you watch, that's where it's heading. Kind of fascinating, kind of creepy.
yeah, a bit of both. Okay, finally, we really need to touch on the criticisms and defenses of promotion, because marketing, and promotion specifically, gets a lot of flack sometimes.
It does. And it's important to understand both sides of these arguments, especially if you're going into the field. These are ongoing debates.
So let's just lay them out. First big one. Is promotion deceptive?
Well, the criticism is that it often is, yeah. That it misleads people. The defense, while sure some promotion is deceptive and there are laws and regulations against it, most isn't, most marketers know trust is crucial. They try to be truthful within the bounds of persuasion.
Okay. Next, does promotion increase prices? Critics say yes, obviously. All that advertising costs money gets added to the price.
That's the argument. But the defense is that effective promotion can increase demand so much that companies achieve economies of scale. Producing more actually costs less per item. So promotion could lead to lower prices. Plus, it fuels price competition, which also helps consumers.
Interesting counterpoint. What about, does promotion create needs? That people are manipulated into wanting stuff they don't really need?
Yeah, that's a classic criticism. Marketers, however, tend to argue they don't create needs. Needs like belonging or status or convenience are already there. Promotion just taps into those existing needs and suggests their product is a way to satisfy them. It channels desires rather than inventing them.
Okay. And the materialism angle. Does promotion encourage materialism, making society too focused on possessions?
Big philosophical debate. The defense here is often that values like materialism come from family, culture, society itself, not just from ads. Promotion might reflect those values, but it doesn't necessarily instill them in the first place.
Right. Then, just generally, does promotion help customers without costing too much? Is it worth it for us?
Critics question the overall value. Defenders say absolutely it helps. It informs you about products, features, benefits, prices, where to find them. That saves you time and effort. And promotion also funds media and plays a role in public service announcements about health or social issues.
Okay. Last one, and it's a tough one. Should potentially harmful products be promoted? Things like tobacco, maybe gambling, high-fat foods.
It's super tricky. This pits legality against ethics. One side says if it's legal to sell, it should be legal to promote, maybe with warnings. The other side argues that promoting something known to be harmful is unethical, regardless of legality. There's no easy answer there. It often comes down to societal values and regulation.
Wow. Definitely a lot to think about there. Critical thinking is key.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we have covered a ton of ground in this deep dive. Wow. We started with IMC, integrated marketing communications, that whole idea of coordinating everything for one consistent message.
The big picture strategy.
Then we unpacked the communication process itself: source, encoding, channel decoding, noise, feedback, all that.
The mechanics of getting a message across.
We dove into all those different objectives of promotion, way beyond just selling: awareness, demand, trial, retention.
Why companies promote in the first place.
Then the promotion mix tools: advertising, personal selling, PR, sales promotion, and all the factors that influence how you choose your mix budget, target market, product, life cycle.
Putting the toolbox together.
We talked about the massive power of word of mouth, both traditional and electronic, and strategies like buzz and viral marketing. Touched on product placement.
The informal and integrated methods.
And finally, we wrestled with those ethical debates and criticisms surrounding promotion. Hopefully this gives you, especially you App State marketing students, a really solid handle on Chapter 16.
Yeah, hopefully. And maybe one final thought. If we connect this to the bigger picture for you personally, think about applying these IMC principles to your own personal brand.
Oh, interesting.
Seriously. As you get ready for internships, job interviews, think about consistency. Does your resume tell the same story as your LinkedIn profile? Does your handshake, tactile communication, convey confidence? Does how you talk about your skills align with what's on paper?
Your personal IMC campaign.
Exactly. Every interaction sends a message. Make sure it's a consistent, compelling one about who you are and the value you bring. Your campaign starts now.
That is a fantastic way to think about it. Brilliant. So keep exploring, keep noticing how these principles play out all around you. You'll start seeing IMC everywhere now.